of security. He's al-mu'min. He's the one that grants us that secure faith, that the infinite is taking care of us, is providing for us, is forever forgiving, forever loving, forever merciful, forever resilient, forever mighty and strong. And so we have to be aware of our emotions. Sometimes we try to escape our emotions. So we try to pretend, to put a mask. You know, like sometimes we think, when we judge things from outer appearance, we think every smile is a smile of joy. But the smiles could be having a lot of other meaning. People smile when they are nervous, they smile to pretend they are happy, but they are inside, they are sad. They smile to cover their deception, to abuse someone, they become cheerful, you know. They smile for many reasons. So smiles have many meaning. That's why it's a science now to study body language and all of that. They're trying to figure it out. But soul to soul, we can grasp this. If you are with Allah, you're going to grasp the deception before it happens. Allah will warn you. You can, subtle inspiration and subtle guidance comes to you. So, Allah is the first without beginning and the last without end. What does this mean? How this translates in our lives? We can't fathom it, we can't imagine it. But at every instant, it is not like Allah is first here, then He will be last there in time or space. He's in every instant, the first and the last, without beginning or end. What does this mean? It means behind any physical expression, let us talk about the human being, because we can see it with the human. Behind every physical action or expression we give, there is a motive. If motive comes from the ego, not pure intention, it's a selfish intention or so, not considerate of others, on the creation and so forth, then you're going to suffer. But if your intention is purely for Allah and coming from the beautiful natural qualities that Allah given you, not covered up by things, then there is so you see, it comes from the motive. That is the initiator. That is the al-awwal. There is coming from non-material thing, and it's in every instant. It's forever. Something coming out of the non-material to materialize. You see, a smile is not like the chemicals that happen in our body and move our mouth. That's only. It's nothing. It's just a physical expression of something non-material, whether it's a joy or a cover-up of sadness, whatever meaning it has. But it's coming from non-material to materialize, right? So it's first always come from non-material, from the something not bound to time and space. It is coming from non-material, and its effect goes back to the non-material. So again, when you are giving mercy naturally out of your heart to serve life, to serve Allah, to serve life, you experience right away an inner joy. That is the lasting of it. And it stays with you, it is not destructible. So that is not destructible as long as you will not cover it up. But the beauty of it is that you experience that lasting effect. So it is initiated from that mercy that is everlasting, without beginning or end. It's continuous expressing itself. And it goes back also to the divine quality. So if you have given something out of mercy, you experience the feedback right away, inner joy and sweetness. If you are taking things unrightfully, abusing another, it might give you that elusive sense that now I'm secure, now I'm having this, now I'm going to be blessed by this. But sooner or later, it goes away. And you discover it is not lasting. So, and it gives you inwardly, right away, the guilt, the shame that comes for it. You want to hide from people, you don't want people to know about it. You want it not to be published in newspapers or Facebook. So you feel, it's obvious you feel ashamed of it. If you have nothing to fear, you are okay whether people know or not, it is not important. You're content within. But so it goes from the first, the non-material, divine quality, and if you are covered up but your own thought and selfish attitude, that just come to you inside to feel the shame, to feel the guilt, to feel the non-satisfaction, the restlessness, the fear. And if you have done good, it returns back to you also from a divine quality, because Allah is a shakur. So when you do something good out of the kindness of your heart, Allah will bring it back. What we fall into is sometimes we expect it from the person I give, they have to give me the exact or more. But Allah tells us in the Quran not to do that. There are people who realize the truth, they give without expectation from the people they give to. But Allah will always bring it back. From another resource, another person. You help a stranger will help you. You will be helped and blessed in other ways. So don't expect it from that particular person, oh, he has now to smile in my face. Or now he has to listen to me because I helped him. Or now he has to give me back. Or look, at my time of need, I have helped that person and he's not now helping me. So this is what we fall into. But if we realize we're really giving it naturally and from Allah, and the trust in Allah, the faith, the trust in Allah, in the infinite, that He will give us multifold. He gives us more than we give. You make the effort to plant a seed, one seed, He brings a tree for you. He's the generous, Al-Kareem. You plant a tiny seed, He brings a tree with many fruits. You can even take and give friends to plant it, and it goes in abundance. So you give a little and He gives you much more. But if we drop our expectation, not from Allah, with Allah, you have to always have beautiful expectation. Because He always does the beautiful things for us. Even out of the hardship, He brings the beauty. And He gives us the ability, the capacity to endure it. But not to expect from the created, from the limited, that they're going to satisfy every need for us the way we wanted it, the way we picture it to be. To be forgiving to people. Maybe they are not capable at this moment to give us the way we wanted to take. And of course it becomes more difficult, especially in marriage, I think, the most. Because now you're two adults, equal, and you want to exact the same. And the attitude is like everyone wants to fix the other person. But you don't have control. It's hard to change oneself, so what about changing another person? It's even harder. So it is like you have to look within first and change what it needs to change. Whether the other person responds to that, sometimes they do when you start to change. And you're in tune with Allah, then the other person may change because of that, or may not. You don't have control. It's between them and Allah. You just do your part. And you should always look at the person. You know, sometimes we simplify things. We simplify things to one action, and we forgot the rest about the person. When that person did this mistake, so he becomes the mistake. You know, that is not right. The person is so much complex. My daughter, she's a journalist, and they gave her a piece to write about a girl who committed suicide. And she was from a bunk gang, have the tattoos all over and things, and weird things. And when I read, because my daughter had to find the people who knew her, loved her, to know more in depth about her life, not from the outer appearance, not from one action. We don't. It's all in Allah's hand to judge her or to forgive, or we only look at one action of the person. But if you look at the depths of the person, every person is a complex universe. They have done a lot of good. They have done a lot of mistakes. And it is not up to us to judge, but it is up to us to have that compassion and mercy. Because once you look at yourself in depth, and you know your imperfections, you know you're lacking, you know your shortcoming, you know the areas that you need to work on it, and once you look at this mirror and see yourself, see your beauty too, see your gifts and appreciate them, see your strengths and point of strengths which we all have, and say Alhamdulillah, or see the points that you need to work on, and when you see yourself as really who you are, then you form empathy to everyone, because everyone is a bundle of that. And yes, sometimes we, in one area, we lean that way, or another area we lean that way, but Allah knows the person as a whole. He knows them from birth to death. He knows what they went through. He knows the difficulties. He knows how they've been raised, all of that. So Allah is the judge, and He is the fair, merciful judge. That's why Ibn Arabi would say, my revenge is severer than Allah's revenge. And people said he committed blasphemy because he says that. But he said, because my revenge as a human being that's coming from the ego is without mercy. But Allah kind of avenge. Allah is so patient and so merciful, and He may reflect back to you some of what you do. You see, you come to ayat in the Quran that says Allah is swift in punishment or judgment or reckoning, and He's the most merciful. And people say it is so contradiction. In the Quran there is a contradiction. How He could be very severe and swift in giving us consequences, and how He can be merciful? Because they both go hand in hand. They are not separate two gods, two entities. They go hand in hand. Because if you lie, and right away you feel the shame and the guilt, it's a swift thing. It's a swift thing. Sometimes we keep covering it up, that we send it back here, that we believe our lie, May Allah protect and awaken us. But right away He's swift. He gives you a response right away, if your intention is not very pure and in tune of your innate nature, which is in tune of Him, because He gave you this spirit, He gave you this innate nature, this fitra. So He's swift in giving you the response, but within it there is mercy, because right away you can be awakened that I don't want that guilt, I don't want that shame, I want to taste forgiveness, and I want to know the value of being truthful, of being honest and sincere. So it gives you the door to find your true self, to find your authentic self, to find your innate beautiful nature, and to enjoy that, to delight in that, to feel the sweetness of that. So in that swift, severe, and it can't be other way. It can't be other way. We just cover it up. It cannot be other way. It's the nature of things, because it's a truthful nature from Allah. So it cannot be other way. But it comes, this difficulty or severity comes also wrapped in mercy, and comes with the forgiveness right there, right here, because it purifies you. It purifies you. Just you have to take antioxidant to purify the body or a bitter medicine. This is the bitter medicine, but it heals you. It returns your wellness back. But sometimes you keep doing the same again. Okay, it purified you right there, right then, and you can redeem yourself with tawbah and return to your innate nature and ask forgiveness and taste the sweetness of forgiveness, or you can continue to take the same harmful thing. You continue to lie, or you continue to indulge in this or that, and then it starts to become intensified. So until you think no more, now Allah, you say astaghfirullah al-azim. So that is the nature of things as it is, and within it there is mercy, there is forgiveness, there is a chance to yearn to the truth, to long for it and sincerely seek it and taste it and experience it, and that becomes part of you. It is not destructible and everlasting. So that is the fruits you can take from it.